Welcome to Trending Now USA, and I am Bella. Thank you for joining us at this hour as we bring you a major breaking development from the world of international tennis, a story that is already igniting conversations across locker rooms, fan communities, and global sports media. Coco Gauff is officially confirmed for the United Cup 2026, and with that confirmation comes enormous expectations, intense scrutiny, and a renewed sense that the next chapter of her career could define an entire season of women's tennis. The confirmation itself may sound simple on the surface, but the meaning behind it is anything but ordinary. Coco Gauff's participation in the United Cup 2026 signals more than just another tournament entry. It represents commitment, confidence, and a clear message to rivals that she intends to begin the year on the biggest possible stage, under the brightest possible lights. The United Cup has rapidly evolved into one of the most high-profile mixed-team events in the sport, a competition that blends national pride, elite-level pressure, and early-season momentum. When a player of Gauff's stature commits to this event, it sends ripples through the tennis world. Coco Gauff enters this moment not as a promising teenager anymore, not as a future star, but as a fully established force in women's tennis. Over the past few seasons, she has transformed her raw talent into championship-level consistency. Her athleticism, defensive instincts, explosive forehand, and increasingly confident serve have reshaped how opponents prepare for her. More importantly, her mental growth has been just as striking as her physical evolution. Gauff no longer looks like a player learning how to win. She looks like a player who expects to win. The United Cup 2026 offers a unique environment for that expectation. Unlike traditional individual tournaments, this competition places athletes inside a team framework where every point carries national significance. For Coco Gauff, representing the United States in this format has historically brought out a different level of intensity. She thrives when the crowd energy is high, when the stakes are collective rather than individual, and when the pressure is shared across teammates who push each other toward excellence. This is precisely why her confirmation has generated such excitement. Expectations around Gauff's performance are already sky-high, and that is not accidental. The United States will enter the United Cup 2026 with one of the deepest talent pools in the competition, and Coco Gauff is expected to be a central pillar of that lineup. Her role will not simply be to win matches, but to set the tone, establish momentum, and anchor the team emotionally as well as competitively. Teammates often describe her presence as calming but fierce, a combination that allows younger players to settle into big moments while simultaneously intimidating opponents across the net. What makes this confirmation especially significant is the timing. The United Cup sits at the very start of the tennis calendar, meaning performances there often shape narratives for months to come. A strong showing can fuel confidence heading into the Australian Open, while struggles can invite questions and doubt. Coco Gauff is clearly embracing the challenge rather than avoiding it. By committing early, she is signaling readiness, ambition, and a desire to lead from the front rather than ease into the season quietly. The tennis world has learned not to underestimate Coco Gauff in moments like these. Throughout her career, she has repeatedly used high-pressure stages as launching pads rather than obstacles. From her early breakthrough wins to her more recent Grand Slam success, she has shown an ability to elevate her level when expectations rise. The United Cup, with its packed stadiums and non-stop media attention, is exactly the kind of arena where her competitive fire tends to burn brightest. Beyond the on-court implications, Gauff's participation also carries commercial and cultural weight. She is one of the most recognizable athletes in the world, transcending tennis through her presence in fashion, social activism, and global branding. Her appearance at the United Cup 2026 will inevitably draw increased viewership, sponsorship attention, and international media coverage. For the tournament itself, her confirmation is a major win, reinforcing the event's status as a must-watch fixture on the tennis calendar. Fans, meanwhile, are already imagining the matchups. The prospect of Coco Gauff facing top-ranked international rivals in a team setting has sparked intense speculation. The United Cup often produces combinations of pressure and unpredictability that differ from Grand Slam environments. Mixed doubles pairings, Rapid schedule turnarounds and emotionally charged crowds can turn even familiar opponents into new challenges. Gauff's adaptability will be tested, but history suggests she welcomes such tests rather than fearing them. Another layer of intrigue comes from Gauff's personal growth as a leader. Earlier in her career, she was often the youngest player on any team she joined. Now, she finds herself as one of the experienced voices, a player others look to for cues on professionalism and preparation. The United Cup 2026 will likely showcase that evolution. Cameras will capture not only her matches, but her interactions on the bench, her encouragement of teammates, and her responses to adversity. These moments often reveal as much about a player's greatness as trophies do. From a strategic standpoint, Gauff's inclusion allows the United States to deploy a more aggressive game plan. Her ability to handle both singles and doubles at a high level provides flexibility that few teams can match. Coaches can structure lineups, knowing they have a reliable performer capable of delivering under pressure. Opponents, meanwhile, must build strategies specifically around neutralizing her strengths, a task that has proven increasingly difficult as her game has become more complete. The pressure, of course, will be immense. Being confirmed so early places a spotlight on Gauff months before the first ball is struck. Every warm-up tournament, every exhibition appearance, and every practice session will be analyzed through the lens of United Cup readiness. Critics will look for signs of fatigue or vulnerability, while supporters will point to every dominant performance as proof that she is primed for greatness. Navigating that scrutiny is now part of her professional reality, and she has shown remarkable composure in handling it. It is also worth noting how this confirmation fits into the broader narrative of American tennis. Coco Gauff has become a symbol of a new era, one defined by diversity, confidence, and global engagement. Her presence at the United Cup 2026 reinforces the idea that the United States is not just participating in international competitions, but actively shaping them. Young players watching from home will see her representing her country with pride, intensity, and joy, and that visibility matters. As anticipation builds, conversations are already shifting from whether Gauff can perform to how dominant she can be. Analysts are debating potential win-loss records, matchup advantages, and the psychological impact she could have on opposing teams. While predictions vary, one thing is consistent across opinions: Coco Gauff will not be a background figure at this event. She will be central to its storylines, outcomes, and lasting memories. The United Cup itself has become a stage where stars can redefine their identities. For some, it is a proving ground; for others, a redemption arc. For Coco Gauff, it represents an opportunity to reinforce her status as one of the defining athletes of her generation. Winning matches is important, but so is how she wins them, how she carries herself, and how she responds when momentum swings. These are the moments that separate great players from iconic ones. There is also an emotional dimension to her participation that resonates with fans. Gauff has often spoken about the pride she feels representing her country and the inspiration she draws from team environments. The United Cup amplifies those feelings, creating moments where individual success blends seamlessly with collective achievement. Those moments tend to linger long after the final point is played, shaping how seasons are remembered and how legacies are built. As the countdown to United Cup 2026 continues, every update about Coco Gauff will carry added significance. Training clips will be dissected, interviews will be parsed for clues, and rivals will quietly take note of her form. This is the reality of being a global star, and Gauff has embraced it with maturity beyond her years. Her confirmation is not just a scheduling note, it is a statement of intent. For fans of tennis, this news offers something powerful, a clear focal point to begin the new season. The idea of Coco Gauff stepping onto the court, wearing her national colors, and competing in a high-stakes team environment is compelling in itself. Add the expectations, the rivalries, and the unpredictable nature of the United Cup, and the result is a storyline that feels destined to dominate headlines. As we look ahead, one truth stands out. Coco Gauff's confirmation for the United Cup 2026 ensures that this tournament will not simply be an opening act to the season. It will be a major chapter in the ongoing story of a player who continues to redefine what is possible at the highest level of the sport. The expectations are huge, the spotlight is intense, and the stage is set. You are watching Trending Now USA, and I am Bella. Stay with us as this story continues to develop and as the road to the United Cup 2026 becomes one of the most closely watched journeys in tennis.